Sarah, a thrill-seeker, lived for the moment. Her life was a whirlwind of spontaneous adventures, where every decision was made on a whim. With a backpack slung over her shoulder and a heart full of wanderlust, she chased the unknown with an insatiable hunger. From impromptu road trips to last-minute flights to exotic destinations, Sarah was the embodiment of unpredictability. Her friends often marveled at her ability to embrace uncertainty, but to Sarah, that was the essence of living. The routine was her enemy, and stability felt like a prison. One fateful day, as the sun dipped below the horizon on a remote beach in a far-flung corner of the world, Sarah found herself sitting alone, gazing at the endless expanse of the sea. The waves crashing against the shore seemed to echo the restlessness in her soul. It was in this moment of solitude that she received a call that would change her life forever. The voice on the other end was solemn, and the news it carried was devastating. Sarah's family, whom she had been estranged from for years, had faced a crisis. Her younger sister Emma was battling a serious illness, and her parents were struggling to cope. Sarah's heart sank as she listened to the details. Her adventurous spirit had led her far from home, and now, when her family needed her the most, she was worlds away. Torn between her love for the unknown and her responsibility to her family, Sarah faced a dilemma unlike any she had encountered before. This wasn't just another choice to add to her list of spontaneous decisions. This was a crossroads that demanded careful consideration, one that would challenge her perception of stability and freedom. As she hung up the phone and stared out at the vast sea, Sarah knew that she stood on the precipice of a life-altering decision. The thrill-seeker was about to embark on a journey of a different kind, one that would test her resilience and force her to confront the very essence of stability she had always shunned. With a heavy heart, she began to pack her bags, ready to take the leap of faith into the unknown territory of her own family's needs. Sarah's decision to return home wasn't made lightly. Boarding the plane, uncertainty filled her mind. Her return felt like a descent into the unknown, a stark contrast to her adventurous past. Back home, her family's faces showed relief mixed with exhaustion. Emma, her once vibrant sister, now lay frail in a hospital bed. Sarah couldn't believe how much time had passed since they last met. Weeks turned into months, and Sarah embraced a new routine of hospital visits and caregiving. The fast-paced life she'd embraced felt distant. She reflected on her choices. The unpredictability of her past seemed frivolous compared to her sister's battle. One evening by Emma's bedside, her sister whispered weakly, "I missed you, Sarah." Those words struck her like lightning. She'd missed family gatherings, birthdays, and the simple joys of being there for her loved ones. As months passed, Sarah's perspective shifted. Stability wasn't about being tied down. It was about being there for those who mattered. It was providing security and love when needed. In a heartfelt conversation, her parents shared their sacrifices for the family. She realized stability wasn't the enemy of adventure. It was the foundation. A turning point came when Emma's condition improved slightly. It was a testament to family and stability. Sarah's presence made a difference. Her new role brought comfort. As she continued to support Emma's recovery, she couldn't ignore her own transformation. The once restless spirit found purpose and fulfillment in the stability she'd rejected. The journey had begun, and while challenges loomed, Sarah was ready with newfound conviction. Sarah's days were no longer filled with spontaneous adventures, but instead followed a steady rhythm of caring for her family, especially her recovering sister Emma. As the seasons changed, so did her perspective on life. One influential figure in Sarah's journey was Clara, a close family friend and devoted mother of 3. Clara radiated contentment. Her life centered around the simple joys of raising her children and building a secure home. Sarah marveled at the warmth and bond within Clara's family, a stark contrast to her previous notions of stability as monotonous. During a visit to a nearby town, Sarah met Jake, a successful entrepreneur. He shared stories of building his business from the ground up, the sacrifices made, and the security achieved for his family. His tales revealed the rewards of dedication and hard work. Sarah realized that stability wasn't about giving up on dreams, but rather pursuing them with commitment. using a stable foundation as a launch pad. Henry, an elderly man Sarah met in a serene park, offered a different perspective. He had once been a renowned adventurer, traveling the world in search of excitement. Now retired and content, he shared how age had shifted his priorities. Henry's wisdom resonated with Sarah as she saw her own journey mirrored in his transformation. She began to understand that stability was not static. It could be a canvas upon which to paint a meaningful life. Sarah continued to reflect on her own experiences. Her past adventures had brought incredible moments, but lacked the lasting connection she was forming with her family. The allure of stability was becoming clearer. It was not the enemy of adventure, but rather a foundation for building a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Sarah's growing appreciation for stability didn't come without its challenges. As she settled into her role as a caregiver and witnessed the contentment of those who had chosen stability, she also grappled with inner resistance. One evening, as she sat in her childhood bedroom, the walls adorned with posters of far-off places she had once dreamed of exploring, doubt crept in. She missed the thrill of spontaneous journeys and the freedom of not knowing where she'd be next. The thought of a stable, predictable life felt confining. Sarah's friends, still living their nomadic lifestyles, would send her pictures and messages from their adventures around the world. FOMO, fear of missing out, gnawed at her. She yearned for the excitement of the unknown, the rush of stepping into the unfamiliar. One day, while scrolling through her social media feed, an invitation to join an expedition to a remote, uncharted island caught her eye. The allure was irresistible, and Sarah found herself tempted to break away from her responsibilities for just one more adventure. She thought about how a brief escape might rekindle her spirit and provide the thrill she craved. Yet as she considered the expedition, her sister Emma's smile flashed before her eyes. The memory of their heart-to-heart conversations, the late-night talks that had strengthened their bond, held her back. Sarah realized that her family had become her anchor, grounding her in a way that she had never expected. She confided in Clara about her internal struggle. Clara, with her unwavering support, shared her own journey of choosing stability for the sake of her family. She reminded Sarah of the precious moments she was creating with her loved ones, moments that would last a lifetime. Despite the allure of adventure and the pull of her past, Sarah knew she couldn't let go of the newfound sense of purpose she had discovered within her family. She chose to decline the expedition, acknowledging that stability had become an essential part of her life. The resistance didn't disappear overnight. There were moments of doubt, fleeting desires to return to her old ways. But with each passing day, Sarah found strength in her decision. She realized that stability wasn't about giving up on her dreams, but about channeling her adventurous spirit into meaningful pursuits that aligned with her newfound values. Sarah's embrace of stability marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one characterized by a deliberate effort to strike a balance between her adventurous spirit and newfound appreciation for stability. She recognized the importance of setting long-term goals, a practice she had once shunned in favor of living in the moment. Goal setting didn't mean sacrificing spontaneity. It offered her life purpose and direction. Sarah's first goal was to create a stable and loving environment for Emma's recovery. She dedicated herself to her sister's rehabilitation, working closely with medical professionals and researching therapies. Emma's progress strengthened their bond, and Sarah found fulfillment in her role as a caregiver. Simultaneously, Sarah sought out structured ways to satisfy her longing for adventure. She joined a local hiking club which organized weekend treks to nearby natural wonders. These excursions allowed her to explore while maintaining a stable routine. Sarah also began volunteering at a youth center, sharing her passion for travel and adventure with young minds. Witnessing their enthusiasm reignited her sense of wonder and reminded her that adventure could manifest in various forms. She sought guidance from Jake, the successful entrepreneur she had met earlier. He shared insights on time management, setting priorities, and maintaining a work-life balance. Sarah applied these lessons, dedicating time to her family and personal pursuits. Through these efforts, Sarah realized that stability and adventure could coexist harmoniously. She cherished the simple joys of family life, such as cooking meals together and celebrating birthdays. These moments filled her with a different kind of excitement, one rooted in deep connections and lasting memories. Sarah's transformation didn't go unnoticed by her friends, still chasing the thrill of the unknown. They saw a newfound radiance in her, a contentment that transcended the excitement of adventure. Some began to question their own choices, wondering if a balance between stability and adventure was the key to a more fulfilling life. As time passed, Sarah's life became a testament to the harmony she had achieved. She learned that stability wasn't a hindrance. It was the foundation upon which she could build her dreams. Her journey was ongoing, but with each step, she grew into a more balanced and fulfilled version of herself. Sarah's journey had led her to a place of newfound harmony between her adventurous spirit and her appreciation for stability. As she continued down this path, challenges and rewards intertwined, ultimately guiding her to embrace the transformative change that had defined her life. The stability she once resisted had become her anchor, providing security and purpose. Her family, especially Emma, thrived with her unwavering support. Shared moments, laughter, and celebrations filled her heart in ways her previous adventures never could. Sarah's involvement with the hiking club and the youth center allowed her to infuse her life with adventure in a structured manner. Mentoring young adventurers and sharing her experiences became her way of inspiring others to explore the world while cherishing the stability of home. Her friends, initially puzzled by her transformation, witnessed the depth of her contentment. They saw the lasting impact she made in her family's life and the inspiration she offered to those around her. Some started exploring a more balanced approach to life, realizing that stability didn't equate to a lack of excitement. However, the path to stability wasn't without challenges. Sarah still faced moments of restlessness, yearning for the thrill of the unknown. The call of uncharted territories tempted her from time to time. One evening, memories of her past adventures flooded her mind as she sat alone by the sea. Doubt crept in, and she questioned if she had made the right choice. But as she watched the waves, she saw the stability underlying their ever-changing surface. Embracing the change meant accepting that her journey would evolve. Stability was now an integral part of her life, allowing her to pursue passions in a more measured way. It didn't mean giving up on adventure, it meant integrating it into a life that held deeper meaning. With each passing day, Sarah's acceptance of this change grew stronger. She knew that life's greatest adventures weren't confined to distant lands. They could be found in the moments shared with loved ones, in the growth of bonds she had nurtured, and in the fulfillment of her purpose. Sarah's story was a testament to the transformative power of embracing change, finding balance, and recognizing that stability and adventure could coexist harmoniously. Her journey was a reminder that life's richest tapestries were woven from a myriad of experiences both wild and serene.